Hello everybody, Gabby Turner here, and in this pick a card reading, we're just going to do that classic question of what do you need to know? So this is very open-ended. My guides guided me to a few specific decks to use, and we're just going to see what they have to say. I might pull some additional tarot to clarify if I need to, but we have 3 piles here, and once you have decided which of these option or options seem to be calling out to you most, you can use the timestamps below or the chapters, however you want to do it. There will be timestamps in the description box, or you can use the chapters. But in any case, number 1 says honoring ideas. Number 2 says abundance. And number 3 says rebellion. So, all right, so go ahead and choose, and I will see you at your reading. All right, welcome everyone who chose option number 1 here. You chose this honoring ideas card. And I feel like the overall theme for you guys is that you have some sort of idea or belief system or self-expression that you are wanting and needing. I feel like you have this impulse to take action on some sort of belief system, some sort of conviction that you have, or something within you that you need to express. It is very inspired. It's something that has come to you in a very inspired sort of way, and you do feel this need to take action, but at the same time, it's like I feel like you're holding yourself back because you're anticipating that other people are not going to appreciate this or agree with you. But I feel like the basis here is like it's time to decide, like, are you going to be true to yourself or are you not? And I feel like your guides are encouraging you to be true to yourself regarding whatever this is, and just to go out there and say this or do this, bring this about. It's like field of dreams, like if you build it, they will come type of energy, or if you speak it, there will be people who listen and appreciate you saying or expressing whatever this is. The teaching card says you inspire young people to learn, and this doesn't necessarily have to be young people per se, but like whatever this is that you've been inspired to do or say, it will teach people. People will learn from this and they will be inspired. I'm going to read this one here in the full, and I think the quality on the video should be enough that when I have all the cards down and focused, you should be able to pause and read the other ones if you want. But anyway, this one says, my convictions are solid and I believe in my vision, no matter how far-fetched or dreamery it might seem. I choose to roll with my good friend shameless self-expression. There's no need to water down my ideas or compromise who I am in order to be seen, heard, or loved by others. So let's crank up the authenticity and get this me and my original ideas party started. All right, so let me focus again. So yeah, I think if you pause, you could probably read the other cards in full. I guess I could also let me bring it down for a moment. No, that's not going to work. My tripod keeps wanting to come off the table. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, if you wanted to pause, you could probably just read what these other cards said if you're curious. But it's all kind of along a similar theme, like I was saying. So that seems to be what's happening here. Okay, so what's the guidance? So we've got kind of set the scene for what it is your guides want to talk to you about. Let me get another deck here. Let's see, what do they want to say about this? Obviously they're encouraging you to go ahead and, know that your convictions are solid. So go ahead and get out there and get this started, whatever this is. It's a very Prometheus, giving fire to the people type of an energy. Oh, we have inspired reversed. Compassionate reversed. Hopeful. I really feel like this is a seed that needs to be planted, and it's almost like it would be cruel of you to deny this. You know, you're thinking of it backwards. You're thinking like, well, I might rock the boat too much or upset people too much if I do this. And I feel like your guides are saying like it's actually very much the opposite. It's almost like other people will depend on you doing this, whatever it is. This is something that will build some sort of solid foundation for other people. It's you know, it may seem small in the beginning, but this is going to grow into something bigger. Or, you know, if it's not something that you're trying to build or create, it's just like the seeds that you plant in other people simply by speaking your convictions or expressing yourself. It sows these seeds of hope in other people. And I feel like for some of you, the ramifications of what will come of this, it won't be something tangible that you can necessarily see. It's not like building a building where you'll get to see it built brick by brick. For some of you, it might be building a building. But for others, it's more in a less tangible way. Like, you know, this is going to be like a tree that spreads all of these different branches. And it's from you doing something, just taking that start. Again, it's like the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Like this will have a very far-reaching impact. Wow, we have the Galactic Federation. And this is master number 22, which is the master builder. Collaboration, meetings, community. This is going to affect people in very far-reaching ways. And like I said, you may not be able to perceive exactly how, what the ripple effects. There will be lots of ripple effects of you doing this. Foresight, planning, strategy. This card wanted to come up reverse. So I think that if you're in your head too much, trying to strategize too much, that's actually a blockage. You really just need to do it and not overthink it. It's like just plant the seed. Okay. You got to take that first step. Vesica Pisces, divine feminine, birthing, fertility. Yeah, I mean over here we have the Ace of Wands. Like I feel like the egg or the potential, like the female principle, right, is here. But you have to add to that the masculine principle, which is simply taking action and doing so in a way that isn't like overthinking, you know. It's like, you know, when the sperm go through the fallopian tube or whatever, like they're just on the hunt for the egg, right? Like they really want to fertilize that egg, and they're not thinking about anything, right? It's just very primal. So that's that energy that you need to bring to the table. And like in an unfiltered way, like just this primal energy of like release the hounds, release the sperm so the sperm can find the egg. My cat is in here meowing. She's totally agreeing. Like you just need to release the hounds and get on with it. And then we have blue avians, philosophy, releasing karma, and mysticism. There is something extremely karmic. Like this is going to dissipate so much of your karma. And what exactly does that mean? I don't know. What does that mean? Tell us more. Andromedans, autonomy, free will, manifestations. I feel like it really pulls you much more fully into the fifth dimension where just by taking this action, you'll see, you know, the law of attraction. You'll see manifestation taking place and you'll understand that process so much better, how you are co-creating with the universe and understanding your own autonomy as a creator. You have both principles needed for creation, the divine masculine principle and the divine feminine principle, the ones and the zeros, you know, like it's like you're putting this one and this zero together and you're creating something that is quite important. It's releasing a karmic blockage to you understanding your role as a creator. I'm being guided to this deck over here. It definitely has a connection to you as a star seed, or, your connection to your soul's connection throughout lifetimes in the universe, not just on planet Earth, but your kind of wider soul mission or soul journey. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Yeah, I mean, that goes back to, this may be something that your soul has been building up to for a long time. And even when you do take this first step, it's like planting that seed, and then you have to be patient. You continue to tend to the plant. First, it will make a little sprout, right? And then it will get bigger and bigger, and you tend to it along the way to help it grow. But you can't really overly strategize and know exactly what this is going to grow into, right? You have to just nurture it along the way. It will allow patience, but you have to take the first step. And it is going to grow into something of magnificence. That we do know for sure. And you are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. And yeah, again, that, with this Five of Cups, what we were talking about at the beginning, there's a part of you that's holding this back a little bit, or holding back your own. This is your purpose. This is a very important life purpose for you. It might even be the strongest reason that you incarnated into this lifetime. And so if you're allowing yourself to be held back by thinking like, well, other people won't see the worth of this, other people might want to diminish that, it's very much the opposite. This is extremely needed. And, in most things, there will be people who disagree with you. All right, so I'm going to get a final message to wrap it up here with just a fortune cookie. So we'll see what your fortune cookie message is. Kind of bring it all the way around. Live in this moment. I mean, that's a beautiful way of summing this up. Live in this moment. Be out of, maybe you're someone who's very future oriented. See, the card doesn't even want to come back out. That strategizing card, because it's like you don't need to be in that mindset. It's disappeared. Literally, it's gone. Where is it at? Wow, really, you do not need to be in your head. There was a card here somewhere that was, here. Yeah, this one. Foresight, planning, strategy. No, no, no. Do not overplan or over-strategize. You can't possibly know every issue that's going to come up. And that could be part of what's holding you back as well. The what ifs. Well, what if this happens? What do I do if this happens or that happens? No. Just plant the seed, live in this moment, and know that what will happen is magnificence. That's all you have to know. That's all you have to trust. All right, so guys, that was a great reading. I hope that it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome to everyone who chose option number 2. So I feel like the cards that I've laid out so far are just giving an overview of what it is that your spirit guides want to talk to you about. And what I feel like is going on is that you are perhaps in a place right now where you're almost like trapped in your mind, or trapped in a particular work routine. You're trying to do something that feels very important to you, and it is important, but it's kind of like time to get away from it, or at the very least, time to get out of your head and more into your body. We have take a walk and space, like freeing yourself up. Freeing yourself up. It's like finding yourself through losing yourself. There's like something that you need to disconnect from, or like walk away from, in order to kind of see more clearly. Like you really need to back way up, and not just back up so that you can see what you're looking at more clearly, but like just stop looking at it. You know, there's something that maybe you're fixated on and you're trying to solve some sort of puzzle or get something accomplished. But it's like that whole, you know, a watched pot never boils. You're too close to the situation, especially mentally. It's creating a sort of mental prison for you. So I feel like your guides are saying one way to get out of that stuck place where you're at and kind of reinvigorate yourself, re-inspire yourself, is to walk away from it and get into your body. And I don't think that they're suggesting exercise per se. I mean, that could be one way to do it, but it's more like enjoyable use of your body, like taking a walk or something, unless of course you hate taking walks, but you know, doing something where you're getting out and moving your physical body. I feel like especially like maybe getting outdoors and but whatever it is, like just allowing your body to do its thing and allowing your brain to unplug. You know, your mind definitely needs to unplug. And you need to get back into just simply enjoying the moment and being more in the spirit of life is an adventure and everything doesn't have to be pinned down and planned out and known. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to have everything under control. There is a bit of a rigid feeling as well of maybe needing to know everything in order to feel in control of everything. But when you let that go, I feel like that's when you're actually going to find the fulfillment that you're trying to find through this sort of mental control process. It's like your way of like mentally latching on to whatever you happen to be fixated on at the moment. For some of you, I feel like it's work. You know, it's like work obligations, work responsibilities, but it could be anything. You know, whatever you find yourself really fixated on, mentally trying to solve, you know, it's like you want to know the truth, as if there is one truth anyway. But this very approach, this mental fixation you're having, is actually keeping your truths that you need to access at a distance from you. So you can only find those truths through walking away from whatever you seem to be so mentally attached to or fixated on at the moment. And that will free you up to find what it is you're really looking for. All right, let me see what else your guides have to say. So that's what they're suggesting here. Okay, we have creative reversed and worried. Yeah, I mean, it's just like they're just repeating what I've already said. Like, you're worried about creating something or doing something, but that worry is keeping you from actually creating it. And it's also keeping you from happiness. This may not be artistic creativity for all of you. The creative reverse could just be about, like, you know, creating the life that you want, in a sense. Okay, so Spirit, we don't need to repeat ourselves. Like, is there anything more to say here? This might be the whole message, I don't know, but we'll see where it goes. Okay, what else for pile number 2? Okay, we have the tall whites reversed, uncertainty, distrust, and guarded. I think the ironic thing is that you're trying to protect yourself through knowing all that there is to know about something. There's almost a feeling of sort of paranoia or suspicion. Maybe what you're fixated on is coming from a place of being very suspicious a person, of a situation, of an outcome. I think that just, getting space from whatever this is, and you just need to find that space however you can find it, is going to let down your walls so that you can let back in happiness. And you will actually start to feel more protected. So whatever it is that you're fearful of or suspicious of, it's kind of like just, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So when you really put that mindset into practice, I see you feeling just kind of safe and solid and much more rooted and grounded, and understanding that your place in the world is sort of woven into the fabric of the whole of humanity. And so regardless of what other people might be doing, or if someone is suspicious, or it seems that there's something to fear about someone, I feel like you walking away from this situation that you're fixated on allows you to, feel safe, right? But it also allows you to see the wisdom of everyone's heart is entwined, like regardless of what people's behaviors might be, our hearts truly are all entwined. And so I feel like that understanding of, the only truth is love, despite what it seems like and what it feels like sometimes, is going to bring you to a greater place of safety, contentment, and comfort. And I feel, again, like just you moving into a place of more like enjoyment of life. And truly just being able to invite in that experience of being in the moment much more. And I feel your heart chakra opening. I feel a lot of like rooted and groundedness happening for you as you do this through your foot chakras and your root chakra, and just feeling very safe and held and stabilized. But also like your heart chakra opening up. And I think kind of like having kindness and compassion for people who you have been maybe fearful of or suspicious of, people you're having trouble trusting. And again, this can come through, leaving your mind through being more absorbed in your body, going for a swim, or like, I don't know, just doing anything that allows you to kind of focus on what it means to just be in a physical body. I'm feeling like even sunbathing, if you live somewhere where it's warm enough to sunbathe, or when it gets warm enough again to do that, because it's like allowing your body to sort of luxuriate in the experience of existing, existing from your body, being in tune with your physical vessel. Syrians reversed. Artistic integrity, honesty. I kind of think too, like there's a part of yourself that you're not as attuned to as what you could be, that you will find. It's like, I feel that you're in a place where you are about to rediscover a part of yourself that has been lost. But in order to rediscover that part of yourself, you have to lose your current self, which is the self that is, oh my goodness, almost threw these all over the place. The part of yourself that is fixated. Okay. What else here, Spirit? Oh, love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. Yeah, I feel like you just need to like do this in an unguarded manner. You could be feeling a need to sort of guard your heart right now because you're not feeling safe. And, I won't repeat it, but your guides are definitely telling you how you can get beyond that and get back to a place of heart-centered courage, living your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination, but also loving courageously. It takes a lot of courage just to keep your heart open in a world that does seem often very fearful or like fear-inducing. All right, I'm going to use a couple more decks here. I feel like we're getting more into the heart of the matter here. Literally the heart of the matter. The heart chakra of the matter. Rebel. I just feel rebel and traveler. You've been pushing people and experiences away. And maybe you feel that in doing that, you're embracing a rebelliousness or like a lone wolf mentality, and you could feel very proud of that. And there's no reason not to feel proud of it, but I think your guides also want you to acknowledge that in doing that, you actually have been pushing away experiences that are a part of your truth. You've been pushing away a part of yourself. Definitely there's some sort of wisdom that you're pushing away through rebelling against anything that seems to pose a threat. And you're seeing a lot of threats. You're seeing threats all around you. And your spirit guides want you to stop seeing those things as threats. And kind of like getting back into your power. Embracing your own power and self-determination. The wisdom of knowing who you are. And when you really feel safe and grounded in knowing exactly who you are, it doesn't really matter what type of energy might be projected towards you from other places. You'll see it for what it is. That's just that person maybe not being in touch with their own heart-centeredness, right? And so how are you going to combat someone else not living from the heart? By you also not living from your heart, by denying some aspect of yourself, or like by putting up walls and being paranoid and suspicious and untrusting, and being in your head trying to figure out how to keep yourself safe all the time. If that's how everyone is reacting to each person who's not living their life from their heart center, then what happens? The whole world is not existing from its heart center. So I feel like you're being called upon to have the wisdom of staying in your heart center, even when you can recognize that other people aren't. Because all of us at sometimes are not in our heart center. So does that mean that you want to exist that way just because other people are? Especially when we think about, the way that we are all intricately woven together. So your choices are going to affect the whole. Archangel Michael, there are definitely cords that need to be cut with love and acceptance of, people currently either making the choice or just living unconsciously from a place of a blocked heart chakra. People who are also not having the courage to live life with an open heart, who may be acting defensively or offensively in a way of trying to protect their own heart, living in a fear-based way, basically. People who are so afraid that they're not loved, and maybe simultaneously afraid of actually being loved, and what that could mean, and what it could mean if they allow themselves to be loved and then lose it. That's painful. I think for a lot of us, it's easier just to not be loved to begin with than to be loved and then to lose it. But you're being called to let go of that fear-based energy and to ground yourself back into a place of trust and faith in the kind of goodness and love that really is, building and weaving the true fabric of our shared reality. You are safe. Angels, stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. I feel like Archangel Michael has just, summed it up so perfectly. All right, I feel like there is also a message here in my little basket of fortunes for you. So let's see what that is. Learn to listen, not hear. So I feel like what this is saying is like I said, there are people who are behaving in ways that make you feel suspicious and untrusting. and you're trying to mentally protect yourself, but trying to decipher, how can I strategize and kind of win, It's like in the tarot, this would be the 5 of Swords, winning at all cost type of mentality, but nobody wins when you're trying to win at all costs. So if you can really understand, not just hearing and seeing a person's behavior, but really understanding what's going on underneath that behavior, I feel that you'll be much more successful in getting back to that place of heart-centeredness. Yeah, definitely like needing to really hear with your intuition and not just with your ears, hearing what people say or reading comments that people are writing, or just noticing people's really negative behaviors, hurtful behaviors. It's just understanding how to look beneath the surface of all that. And also knowing not to give yourself away to those type of people anyway, because this caregiver card wanted to come up reversed. It's just because you do understand it doesn't mean also that now you're supposed to coddle this person and placate them and oh, you're having a temper tantrum, you're being so rude, so I'm just going to be so sweet and understanding. Yeah, in your heart have that understanding, but that doesn't mean you have to give your own life away and give your own light away to this person. It's really about cutting those cords and understanding that you're safe to do so. That is heart-centered. Choosing yourself is also a heart-centered way to live, but it's choosing yourself not with hatred for someone who's acting poorly or disgust of someone who's acting poorly. It is choosing yourself and cutting those cords from a place of love and understanding and saying, hey, I love you. I understand why you have come to behave the way that you're behaving, but I need to free myself energetically from this so that I can get back to my sense of wholeness and feeling truly and authentically safe, which is what I deserve. So guys, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So this is just what your spirit guides want you to know, and I feel like what's going on with you guys is there's something that you're very talented at. We have author here and someone practicing playing an instrument here, but it could be any sort of thing, right? But there's something that you're very talented at, and I feel like you're trying to build forward with this talent. There's something you're trying to accomplish that is definitely a long-term goal. As we have the Knight of Pentacles over here, and here we have 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I see something that is, this is going to take many years to achieve or to get to its full fruition. There's a lot of building forward. You have to lay a foundation and then to continue to build upon that foundation and so on and so forth. It might not be just one project, but it could just be your journey regarding whatever this particular talent is a journey that will develop over time. It has already developed over time. And I think that what your guides want to talk to you about are maybe some of the blockages you might have when it comes to this. One of those blockages is, it could be a sort of perfectionism that you have within yourself. That's what I'm getting. You do expect a lot of yourself. You expect achievement to be very significant. And so I'm just going to read this card here because I think this is your spirit guides kind of speaking to you on how to approach your mindset there. I am an unabashed, unconditional, shouting through a megaphone champion of myself and my work. If a useless, up to no good, critical voice in my head tries to discourage, dissuade, or diss me, I politely say, "Thank you for your input." Then I much less politely stuff that critical voice into a box, light the box on fire, and throw it into a bottomless abyss. I knew that abyss would come in handy one day. So definitely, if you notice that you are having negative self-thoughts, or that critical parent in your head where it's like nothing is ever good enough, if that's how you're viewing this, that is certainly going to be a blockage. And you have to understand, again, this is something that's going to be built over time. There will be moments of pause. We have 2 cards here, 3 actually, 2 of Swords, the Hangman, and the 7 of Pentacles. These are all cards that refer to needing to pause and reflect. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone who understands as well, and I think that you probably do understand this, that there is a need to pace yourself. Like this, there's some sort of outcome that you do have this drive to keep pushing forwards, but at the same time, like, it's not going to happen overnight. It may not happen as quickly as you want it to. You may be even feeling like other people are critical of you, like, well, why haven't you accomplished such and such yet? You've been working at it so long, I don't see the results of it, So you have to be your own champion, right? And remember that what you are building is significant and will take time. I feel that you're creating something that not only will it take time to build it or get to this particular outcome, but the outcome will be something that lasts. It will have lasting value. It's very substantial. And those are the types of things generally that do take a lot of time. So I feel like your spirit guides are asking you to be peaceful with that process, to be self-reflective, and self-appreciating of all of the time, because I feel like you have made a lot of sacrifices. You've made a lot of sacrifices here in order to pursue this particular talent, this goal that you have. And what I also see here is that you've had to be rebellious. You've had to go against the grain. And sometimes even like you just had to literally like get away from other people in order to be true to yourself and true to your own vision here with the Hermit card and the Queen of Swords, the 8 of Cups. This is showing that you're not afraid of kind of detaching from other people so that your energy can be clear and focused on what it is that you need to accomplish. There are a lot of talents in life as well that you can't necessarily practice with a group of people. Some there are, right? It's like a group sport or something, but a lot of things like, practicing an instrument, you can do that on your own or with a group. Writing a book, you're probably going to need to do that on your own, but whatever this is, there has been a need to kind of separate yourself from other people, not just in terms of having your own time to focus on this talent, but also I feel like to sort of refine your vision, which is a very distinct vision and quite different from other people's. And that's part of what makes it a successful vision, is that it is unique. You have a unique voice. You have a unique perspective that nobody else has. And so what you're building, whether you're critical of the amount of time that it's taking to achieve this, or whether other people are, or maybe it's a little bit of both, that's just what's required. So I feel like your guides are sort of asking you to have an acceptance of that. You do have this very strong drive here, right? And so that motivation, I feel like it hasn't left you. The motivation has never left you. But I feel that maybe sometimes you are just maybe frustrated with all of the challenges or obstacles that you keep butting up against. All right, let's see what else we've got here. dancer. Lots of talents. I mean, you know, like we have some specific talents being mentioned here, which you may have one or more of these talents, but I just feel like it's some sort of talent that we're talking about. You're an extremely talented person and you're very driven. You know that you are talented in this area, and it's a passion of yours for sure. You're so passionate about this talent, and that's telling you something. You know, you're following your passions, and just to know that you're doing that tells you that you're doing the right thing. So if there's a critical part of your brain that's like, well, I haven't gotten to where I quote unquote should be, so maybe this isn't the right path for you. It is the right path for you. You wouldn't feel your passion for this particular skill that you have if it wasn't part of your purpose. We can have many purposes. Wow. I do feel like there are probably a lot of artistically creative people here, or people with a lot of visionary capacities. Aries is also the first sign of the zodiac. So Aries is a very creative impulse. It's like the spark, the fire, like beginning something, setting something into motion. I think that you have a talent where you're setting something new into motion. So let's say it's music, like you're doing something that's different in music than what other people are doing. Or if you're an author, like your approach to whatever you're writing, it's just a different approach. Other people have not done this before. There's something very unique and new and refreshing about what you are doing. And you just feel like, you know, this is so important. It's so important to achieve something of significance. And you're just wanting to push, push, push. Yeah, very artistic pile. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the message is like to trust that. You wouldn't feel this strong impulse if you were on the wrong path. So I think some of you are just thinking you're on the wrong path just because you haven't gotten to some particular outcome quick enough or something like that. But you have no limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. So this is just super confirmation that you're absolutely on the right path, and that it just requires patience, not just patience with time, but like patience with yourself as you continue to learn and develop. You're highly skilled in this, but like you maybe even want to be far surpassing the skill set that you currently have, but like everything takes time. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. It takes time and it takes dedication. I feel like you have the dedication. So if you can trust that if you continue to be dedicated, like that dedication will continue to pay off. And I feel like you need to notice how it already has paid off. It's not like it hasn't paid off already because I feel like it has. But you're just always focused on the future, that it's hard for you to kind of see what you've already achieved here. Yeah, and I feel like you need to celebrate that. Celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. Yeah, the universe is really coming through to give you these messages today. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. And this is just a reminder, too, that whatever this skill is, it's not just for you, obviously. Like, this is something that you're sharing with the world that brings joy into the world. It brings celebration into the world. I mean, everyone loves art, a variety of different arts, right? Like art gives so much more meaning to life. And you're going to continue to advance. You've already achieved a lot of advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. Absolutely. Your heart is being stirred in this direction for a reason. So absolutely, you should trust that. All right. I'm going to get one card from this, and then I'll get you a final fortune cookie message. Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. I feel like you know that people are inspired by you. Like, you know that people see that you're very talented. and that you've accomplished a lot with those talents. You're aware of that. And I feel like your guides want to remind you it's not prideful or arrogant, really, to acknowledge that, because you are, I mean, the world needs leaders in whatever field. You know, when we think about leaders, we think more about like business leaders or political leaders and things like that. But, you know, even as an artist, like you can be someone who is a leader of your field by showing other people what's possible if they also, you know, stay true to their heart. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. This is part of your service, is not only to create something artistically, but also to show people what happens when you really put your passions to work for you. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I'm not really sure what this is trying to say. You might just need to protect yourself of any sort of criticism that is keeping you from understanding this call to action, whether it's criticism coming from within you or from other people or both. Well, performer, past life. I mean, the talents that you have are definitely talents that you have developed throughout multiple lifetimes. So it could be as well like you would benefit from trying to explore maybe your past lifetimes in which you were using this talent that you have. I mean, there's so many artistic archetype cards. I mean, like, I think like everyone in the deck practically. So this is definitely my artist file. All right, so what's the final message for group 3? Let your social instincts off the leash and talk to all and sundry. Yeah, you definitely need to get out there and interact. Like I said, we have the Hermit and the Queen of Swords. These are kind of like very do it your own way, do it on your own type of energy. So that might be what's more comfortable with you. But like you have a very... what's the word? Like a very charismatic energy and a leadership energy, like I mentioned, that you do need to share with other people. And it's like you don't need to censor yourself so much. We definitely live in times where like we're sort of expected, I don't know, I don't know if we're expected, but like there's a lot of pressure to self-censor right now. But I feel like in all these ways, like getting back to just unleashing that inner rebel and being comfortable with that. I high-five my inner rebel and invite them out to wreak some healthy, law-abiding havoc. My inner rebel has a way of turning things inside out and making them way more interesting. We're talking coloring outside the lines, modifying a recipe, wearing stripes with plaid. So let your social instincts off the leash and talk to all and sundry. So definitely getting out here and like collaborating, maybe also like being inspired by what other people are doing and understanding that you're inspiring other people and really appreciating that mutual inspiration on an artistic level. All right, so I feel like that's what I'm getting for you guys. That was a great reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.